All right, let's just dive right into this explainer and look at how building an unshakable career foundation usually requires going through what feels like an incredibly slow, demanding process. Today, we're exploring the concept of the architect of lasting success. If you've ever felt like you're putting in monumental effort for, honestly, just a trickle of visible results, well, this is absolutely for you. We're going to break down exactly why this happens and give you some actionable tools to master it. So here's the core question we really need to answer today, especially if you're feeling frustrated watching your peers advance while your own career seems stuck in a holding pattern. Are you being delayed, or are you being disciplined? I want you to think about an elite athlete training in the off-season. When they're in an empty gym doing grueling, repetitive, totally unglamorous drills, they aren't being held back from the championship, right? They are being prepared for it. And that is the exact lens we need to use today to view your professional resilience. It literally changes everything about how you experience the daily grind. Section 1. The reality of slow growth. Let's be real about the harsh realities of the climb. Your progress might come one careful step at a time. It's often accompanied by strict environments and workplaces that actively force you to mature way faster than anyone around you. You might find yourself constantly dealing with demanding bosses and incredibly strict work expectations. It can genuinely feel like you're undergoing constant career testing. But let's go back to our sports analogy for a second. Those demanding bosses and strict environments, they're essentially tough, uncompromising coaches. They provide the friction necessary for real growth. They are pushing you through a rigorous professional conditioning phase. It's exhausting for sure, but it's actively building your professional muscles and establishing a work ethic that simply cannot be faked. So here's an actionable tip for you. Next time your boss gives you a frustratingly strict edit, don't view it as a roadblock. View it as an extra rep in the gym. Because of this intense pace, it's completely normal during these early stages to question your progress more than anyone else does. That ultimate goal can feel agonizingly distant. You might log online, see your peers loudly celebrating their immediate wins, and boom, it triggers a deep sense of self-doubt. But remember the architect. When an architect is digging a massive, deep trench to pour a foundation for a skyscraper, passersby just see a giant hole in the ground. They don't see the towering structure that's coming. That gap between your daily effort and your ultimate vision naturally breeds doubt. But feeling this doesn't mean you're failing. It just means you're right in the middle of the heavy lifting. Section 2. Reframing delays as discipline. When you compare the two paths forward, it is so easy to envy the folks getting quick victories. You see others racing ahead with fast progress and quick promotions. But then look at your path. You're taking careful steps, meeting strict expectations, and practicing disciplined growth. It's the fundamental difference between pitching a tent and constructing a cathedral. A tent goes up in an afternoon, sure, but a strong wind is going to take it right back down. Your journey demands meticulous care to ensure the structure you're building won't collapse when the real pressure hits. For the architect of lasting success, luck rarely plays the main role. Instead, I want you to turn this into a checklist of daily habits. Number 1, consistency. Show up and execute every single day. Number 2, patience. Withhold that urge to chase quick, unstable wins. And number 3, hard work. You've got to put in the reps. This is what we call success through discipline. Think about it. A true champion doesn't rely on a lucky bounce of the ball to win a title. They rely on thousands of hours of disciplined practice. In your career, stepping away from the gamble of luck and leaning entirely on consistency, patience, and hard work, that guarantees that when you finally arrive at the top, you actually know how to stay there. Section 3. Setbacks as leadership preparation. This perfectly illustrates the core truth of our source material. The professional obstacles you are facing right now are not random. They are actively strengthening you for future leadership. Because here's the thing, if you're handed immense power and heavy responsibility without the internal strength to carry it, it will eventually break you. The delays you might be cursing today are simply the resistance training required to build the broad shoulders you're going to need to carry tomorrow's responsibilities. Let's break down how this practically functions in your career. Life is going to constantly test your commitment, throwing heavy responsibilities and hurdles your way that you have to clear right before you're allowed to reach that next major milestone. It's a 3-step cycle. First, you experience the delays and obstacles. Maybe a project fails or a promotion is denied. Second, and this is the absolutely crucial part, you extract valuable lessons. So here is your actionable tip for this one. Whenever a project fails, mandate a 15-minute post-mortem with yourself. Just sit down and write out exactly what broke. Third, armed with that hard-earned knowledge, you achieve a major career breakthrough. You cannot skip step 2. The lesson hidden inside the obstacle is the exact key required to unlock the breakthrough. Section 4. The architect's lasting reward. Now, I really want you to take a second and consider the stark contrast between quick victories and lasting success. While others might collect rapid promotions that can easily fade away, your meticulous framework ensures that when your recognition finally arrives, it's stable, deeply respected, and incredibly difficult to shake. Just think about the core drivers here. For quick victories, sometimes it's literally just luck, but for you, it's discipline and patience. Their recognition might arrive super fast, but yours is going to last much, much longer. Because your foundation is deep, your final outcome is totally stable. You aren't just building a resume to impress someone for a year, you are constructing an untouchable long-term professional legacy.
And that brings us to a really beautiful guarantee of this path. As your experience increases, your professional influence and respect will actually grow stronger later in life, proving the wait was entirely worth it. Because you learned the hard, unglamorous lessons early on, your authority isn't merely based on some job title that someone can just take away from you. It's based on deep, battle-tested competence. As the years go on, you naturally become the veteran leader that the entire industry looks up to when things get difficult. I want to leave you with this final thought to consider about your own professional journey. Remember that true endurance is the ultimate key to unlocking your unshakable career. The blueprint is proven. The foundation, even though it's painful to dig, is secure. The only variable left in the equation is your patience. So the question isn't whether you'll succeed. The question is, can you trust the process long enough to see it happen? Don't quit during the foundation phase. Trust your discipline, embrace those delays as preparation, and keep building. Your masterpiece is coming.